Hello vinyl community, this is Randy. Back today with another video. I've picked up a few records in the last part of April 2021 since I did my last vinyl editions video, so I'm going to show those to you today. The first thing I have to show you actually is not a record at all. It's a cassette tape. This is a cassette by a band called Broom. This is a garage rock band from Portland, Maine. Garner showed this record in a recent, this tape in a recent video. I read about the tape in his magazine, in his fanzine that he distributes, Born Out of Time. So they had an interview with the band. Yeah, Broom is the name of the band. And sounded really good. So so I sent off for that cassette tape. I was glad to get it. It was really cool. They sent it to me in this box, sort of a personal note on it. Well, I don't know if it's really personal. It doesn't have my name on it. This is thank you so much for the support. Hope you love the tape. Sending my best wishes from Maine. Matt and Ash. So Matt and Ash, I think, are actually Ash Brooks and Matt. So they sent me two tapes. So I just, as far as I know, I just paid for the one tape. But Flower Room Records, I guess, or the Bandcamp side, or I'm not exactly sure. They decided to send me two tapes. So they sent me Broom, which is the one I had asked for. It's a garage rock band, and that's really how I would describe it. It's a three-person band. It's a very cool tape. It just has a little bit of sort of the symbol on that side of it, and then here's what the band members look like. I assume it's bass guitar and drums, but there's also an organ in it. You can definitely hear some organ in it, so it really gives it that garage rock sound. It's really frantic sounding. You know, Gardner described it greatly. Did a great description of it, and I like it. The guy sings some of it, and the girl sings some of it. And the very last song, "Watching," is actually sort of an extended track, and gets into some really pretty cool sight guitar in that part. So it's really good. This is number 60 out of 100. So I was glad to get that one. And so yeah, like I say, they sent me this other tape too, which is really, this is just Ash Brooks, but I guess she's in a band also with Matt. But this is just her doing everything. She wrote everything, plays the guitars. Well, no, I think he played some stuff on it too, but it's attributed to her. I looked at this on Discogs, and they have it classified as world music, folk, rock. So it's very cool sounding, very atmospheric sounding. Yeah, the artwork I think is really cool. The best part about this one is, there's some artwork on the inside. That looks very nice. But really just the tape itself is this sparkly tape. I don't know if you can see the sparkles in it, but it really looks very nice. So, so it was very nice that they sent me all this stuff. Well, they also sent a couple buttons. Yeah, so Flower Room Records, I guess, is what it is. So, Broom, though, is the name of the band. I think that's a symbol for Broom there. And well, actually, I think this is one too. This is really hard. It's really hard to see what's happening on that one. So anyway, I was glad to get those. A cool container too. I picked up a couple of 7-inch singles over the past few weeks. So here's one of them. This is Water Skiing by Dwayne Eddy. So Dwayne Eddy, known for his twangy guitar, I think, in the late 50s and early 60s. I think this came out in I think it was about 1962, something like that. But I guess it's sort of an answer to, the surfing craze. So the Ventures and I guess other, safaris were doing the surfing stuff. So he decided to do water skiing. Really, the main reason I got this was because on the flip side, I was a theme from the Summer Place. So Summer Place was one of my favorite songs is just an instrumental version on here, and it sounds great with his twanging guitar. It's a lot like the Ventures version of Summer Place. Got a couple other 7-inch singles here. This is Boiling Pot. I think the A-side, though, is Winston Theme by a band called the Winston Brothers. So this is their theme song, I guess, and the other side is called Boiling Pot. So this is a funk jazz band. This is on Coal Mine Records. And yeah, jazz and funk. They have guitar, bass, drums, and then horns too. So yeah, sounds really cool. Both sides are instrumental, and just funky instrumental jazz songs. Sound really good. I think this is their first record. It's the first one on Coal Mine, and I didn't find anything else listed for them in Discogs. So yeah, Winston Brothers, soul and funk. Very cool. Got another Coal Mine record here. This is by the Monophonics. It's Only Us. They released an album last year in 2020 on Coal Mine called It's Only Us. And so I guess this is a song from that record. This record I think just came out recently though. It's on this translucent kind of grayish blue vinyl. Really cool looking label. So the Monophonics are a band from San Francisco. They've been around since mid-2000s, 2005 or 6. And I think the one they released last year was their first album on Coal Mine now. And they are also, I think, a soul funk band, or I think they also had psychedelic listed as part of their description. So yeah, that sounds really good. This has this has vocals too, singing on this one. So yeah, really very much a soul song. Yeah, yeah, It's Only Us. Really cool song. Got some 12-inch records. The best one I got, the one I've really been wearing out since I got it, is this first Arctic Monkeys record. The name of this record is Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. So this was their first album from 2006, I think. This is I think this is a 2018 reissue on Domino Records. I've learned that this guy is not a member of the band. He was I guess he was a friend of the band or something like that, and they took some pictures of him. And also, I guess when the album was released, there was some controversy over having him smoke a cigarette, and some of the advertisements, I think, didn't use that picture, or they airbrushed the cigarette out, or something like that. Comes this cool inner sleeve with some pictures. This is sort of a so the Arctic Monkeys are a UK band, and like I say, this is their first album. This is actually the last one I needed. I've got other albums down. They were my favorite band. This turns out to be the best one. I've never gotten it for some reason. And it's kind of basically a concept album. It's all about nightlife, I guess, there in England. It's about, I guess, people in their 20s or whatever going out at night and what they experience in the club life. And the whole first side really is almost like punk rock. It's really aggressive. It's just a 4-band band, guitars, bass, and drums. And pretty straightforward rock and roll, or almost like punk rock. The second side really slows things down a lot with the first song called Riot Band. And then the third song is called Marty Bum. Those two are really slow. They really changed the pace of it, but they sort of continued the concept. So it's sort of like they're going out at night, and the people they meet in the bars and girls, and trying to get a cab home, I guess, on the way back. Red light indicates doors are secured. And the very last song is called A Certain Romance. I think there was a hit song on here too called I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. I think that was a hit. And I think the other one I just mentioned, A Certain Romance, was also a sort of a hit. So yeah, this has really been fantastic. I've really been playing this a lot. So Arctic Monkeys, their first album. Yeah, whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not. Yeah, really cool. That is on Domino Records. Pretty plain label on this side, and on the other side it's got a overflowing ashtray. nice jazz compilation album. It's called Mod Jazz. This was actually a CD that came out in the UK in like 1996, and what they've done is compiled a bunch of soul jazz 45s. I think they were all 45s from the I think mostly the early 60s on Prestige and Riverside Records. And this is Cal Jader on the front here. So it's a compilation with all kinds of artists on it. So I'm not sure if you could read that track listing. It's a 2-record set, so soul jazz. So these are songs that I mean, it really just sounds like they're danceable songs. These are songs that I guess they envisioned the kids in England in the early 60s going to the clubs, and these would be the songs that they're dancing to. So they all are very danceable. There's a lot of organ tracks on here. There's some vibraphone too. So Shirley Scott, Cannonball Adderley doing Tango Tango. I won't read everybody off on here, but Cal Jader does Evil Ways. Santana's Evil Ways. Sounds fantastic. Mongo Santa Maria, who started out in Cal Jader's band. I just learned that in here. Started out in Cal Jader's band, though. I guess he had his first single. His first hit was Watermelon Man, which is on here. So the Herbie Hancock song. And Seventh Son by Mose Allison sounds really cool. Every song on here is really cool. I mean, I've really been happy with this compilation. I can't believe how much I'm liking it. Just every song sounds like it should have been a hit, and I guess they were hits. So, yeah. Yeah, Filthy McNasty, a song by, oh gosh, the pianist who wrote a song for my father. What is his name? Yeah, Horace Silver. Filthy McNasty has words on here that are sung by Eddie Jefferson. That's a song that you hear on Real Jazz all the time on Sirius XM without the words, so it's interesting to hear it with words. And then there's a cool version of I've Got Your Number, which I think of as sort of like a Broadway type hit, but very funky on here. So, yeah, this just sort of tells the story. It doesn't go into too much detail about each song, just sort of gives a general overview of the artists here. There's some of the singles down there. So this has been really, really fantastic. I've liked it better than I thought I would. It's on this really ugly brown vinyl. For one of them, I guess it's supposed to match his. Maybe it's supposed to match his suit. Not sure about that. The other record is a much better red vinyl. So yeah, Mod Jazz. This is on Kent Records. Kent, K-E-N-T. So yeah, released in 1996 on CD. Then on 2013 they released it on vinyl. So this is a 2013 record. I got it new. The main thing with finding that was to find one, a distributor, somebody in the U.S. that had it. There's tons of them for sale, but they're all in England. So I was glad to finally get one. About over a year ago, I think, I got The Sound of 65, the second record by the Graham Bond Organization. And I liked it and stuff. I really hadn't played it too much. And then a few months ago, I started playing it some more, and boy, it just really hit me. I really started liking it a lot. So, The Sound of 65. So I went ahead and ordered their first album. There's a bond between us. So the Graham Bond Organization's Ginger Baker on drums, Jack Bruce on bass and harmonica. He sings a song on here too. He wrote a song called Hear Me Calling Your Name, which is a fantastic song. And I'm pretty sure it's him singing it, because Graham Bond, I think, sings the rest of them. He doesn't sound the same. So really cool. Also plays harmonica on here. Here is Graham Bond, and this is the instead of a guitarist, they have a sax player. So this guy plays baritone sax and tenor sax. His name is Dick Hextall Smith. So fantastic record, and this really goes along very well with that Mod Jazz record, because it's very much in that same vein. It's sort of basically jazz, but rhythm and blues type jazz. So once again, I can just see the people dancing in clubs to this music. So Graham Bond plays organ and also alto sax, sings. So yeah, it's really fantastic. They do a version of the Marquis, Last Night, instrumental song by the Marquis called Last Night. If you heard it, I'm sure you would recognize it. Cool song called Baby Can't Be True. Ray Charles, What Did I Say? Did a good version of that. The coolest thing on here for me was they do a song called Don't Let Go, which, I just hadn't really thought too much about that title, but then when they played it, I recognized it immediately. It was a song that was written by Jesse Stone, I guess in the 50s. It was a hit for Roy Hamilton in 1958. Don't Let Go. So they're doing their own version of it on here, and I immediately recognized it as a song that the Jerry Garcia Band used to play. Jerry Garcia Band used to do a long version of it. It sounds a lot different too, a very different version of it. I kind of like the Jerry Garcia version better, maybe, I think, but this is a totally different thing. So it's also good, just really sounds quite different. And other than that, Have You Ever Loved a Woman? Some other songs, and then the very last song is a Ginger Baker, basically a Ginger Baker drum solo, Camels and Elephants. So it's a fantastic album. I've been playing this one a lot too, along with the Arctic Monkeys. So both really good, and like I say, it's cool how it goes along with that mod jazz record. They're both just kind of like the same type thing. So this is a reissue on Repertoire Records. I think this was done in 2015 or so, something like that. Yeah, really good. I got a reissue of Daryl Hall, John Oates, Rock and Soul Part 1. I think it was actually printed in like 2015 or something. But it was still sealed when I got it, so yeah, Hall & Oates. So there's so many hits on here. I mean, who doesn't want to hear Sarah Smile, She's Gone, Rich Girl. The thing that really made me want to get this one, though, is there's that, you can see on YouTube, there's all these YouTube videos of Daryl Hall. It's called Daryl's Place, where he's doing songs. There's one where he's with CeeLo Green, and they are doing I Can't Go For That. So, if you get a chance, search that on YouTube. I Can't Go For That by, it's Daryl Hall and CeeLo Green. Fantastic version. You can just see him playing it live. And really good. So, Hall & Oates. Can't go wrong with that one. Comes with this very cool looking label. Tricolor. It also came with a cool inner sleeve. Picture of the guys there. Some credits. And then, I guess this originally when it came out, it must have been in 2000. Well, I'm not sure what it is, but it came with this calendar. The Hall & Oates calendar. So I don't think it would do me any good, man. I'm not sure what year it was. Oh yeah, 1984. Yeah, it's right over there on the side. So I guess that's when this compilation originally came out, was in '84. Really good. And the reason we're listening to the dub music in the background today is before I got this record, that was the only reggae music I had. A really long time ago, I used to have Legalize It by Peter Tosh, but other than that, I really don't have any reggae. And I saw Carl Ryder actually was doing a Desert Island Disc thing, and one of his was this one, and he just went into detail about it. Really made it sound good. Of course, I've seen a million people showing this record. Very popular in the vinyl community and everybody, I guess. So it's a soundtrack for a movie called The Harder They Come. Jimmy Cliff is the main performer, but there's other people who sing on this too. This cool inner sleeve. One thing I really like about this is the title cut, The Harder They Come. Was another song that Jerry Garcia Band covered. They did a great version of that. But then also the thing that really made me when we got it was when I found out, I think Carl mentioned that the song Sitting in Limbo is on here, which I didn't know that was a Jimmy Cliff song. That's another song that Jerry Garcia Band does. Sitting in Limbo, they did a great version of it. So, yeah, it's my first reggae record, and glad to get it. It sounds good, very enjoyable. So, I'll be listening to that more. That came on this Mango Records. Yep. So that's it. That's what I've gotten pretty much throughout the month of April. So, yeah, I'd be interested to know what you think about those records. You know, the reggae stuff. If you have any suggestions for other reggae I should be listening to. I saw Sherv just did a video recently where he wanted to start listening to some reggae. I think they even showed the same record. So, yeah, I might start getting a little bit more. And any other comments you have, I'm interested to know. So, thanks very much for watching. And I hope everybody has a great day.